A few steps more, the ground gave in and nothing stayed the same. My wings held me above the fall until the ceiling split. Dust caught inside my feathers and rocks came down with it. The way out was overhead, so was death. I could not climb through falling stone with both my wings spread wide, so I folded in and dropped below and let the dark decide. I landed where the walls were closed, too deep to hear the world above. Then something moved beneath the stone and hunger passed me by. I felt it before I saw its claws. I knew I was not alone. My daggers found the first one fast. I slipped beneath the next. A wing beat turned me from its bite. My blade crossed through its chest. I had no room to take the sky, so speed became my shield. My hands were small around the hilts, but neither claw made me yield. Then whites broke through the walls below, and every monster burned. Their hunger broke inside the light, and all the dark was turned. Then pain came hard, too close to hold, with teeth and snow inside. A heart too wild to bow or kneel, too full of love to hide. I felt the girl he loved so much, the only thing still real. A mark, a road, and winter wolves, a crown he chose to leave. He almost broke the sacred stone, he almost broke it all, but something in him stayed for her and let her choice still stand. I did not know whose pain it was, but it felt close and true. It did not ask to be eased by me, it only reached for her. I drew back from the private ache and let it burn inside. Some loves are not mine to take, so I walked on through the white. The white came back beneath my feet, stronger than before. It pressed against the narrow walls and opened something more. A slower grief rose after that, too heavy to be held. It kept its shape inside the white and would not let me shield. I felt a love left far behind, a hand that could not stay. I felt a choice made with both hands and nothing clean to say. It did not scream, it did not fight, it only filled the stone. A sorrow old enough to know how much it stood alone. There was an older brother's love left waiting at a door. Someone knew that walking on would break him even more. There was a never make it all, kept quiet too deep and tight. There were lies pulled near that fault, as if those meet. There were paths bent carefully until they looked like choice. There were hearts that followed him, still answering his voice. Someone impossible took shape, too new to have a place. I felt a hand above that life, and shame without tried to take the worst of it and let the rest pass through. Usually I knew where other people's pain ended. This time it had no edge. It filled my throat, my hands, my wings, and tears ran down my face. The weight of it, one movement, I could breathe again. The storm went quiet underneath us, nothing felt the same. These were not dead voices speaking, they were living ones left open somewhere. All that pain came from one act, and I was still alone down there. I went lower step by step, where darkness crowded in. My wings brushed cold against the walls, I kept them falling. This place was never made for me. Too small, too still, too deep. A stereo was not beside me, Agnir was not there. I tried not to think of ghosts, but every silence stared. I held my daggers close to me and wished I was not scared. I kept walking in the dark until the dark was all I knew. Then I whispered to myself, I can barely see anymore. A little light came on nearby. A small voice asked, "Is that better?" I screamed and